What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Remember when I told you guys how Stephen A. Smith likes to go in on black folks, but he don't have that same energy for others? Remember how I told you he tucked his tail when the white girl called him out, who was his co-worker, about his comments on the Ray Rice domestic violence incident? He was real tough, real stern in his comments about black athletes, have always been. But anytime somebody else called him out, especially one of the establishment, he tucks his tail, and he's at it again. He recently made some comments about Shohei Ohtani, the baseball player for the Los Angeles Angels. The dude is a phenom. The dude is cold-blooded. I mean, he can throw the ball over 100 miles per hour and knock it out of the park. The dude is a major threat. He's an Asian player. Stephen A. fixed his mouth to say something along the lines of this guy being bad for baseball because he doesn't speak English. And he's the #1 guy in baseball, but he doesn't speak English. He's like, that's bad for baseball. Stephen A. also made some insensitive racial remarks about Nigerian players, Gabe Nnamdi and Caleb Agati. Hopefully I'm saying the names right. If not, charge it to my brain, not my heart. But do you think he apologized? Nah. When it came to the Asian guy, the uproar came swiftly, and this dude apologized. Not just less than 24 hours. He apologized within hours, the same day. But the uproar that came from him poking fun of these Nigerian players, the players from the motherland, has yet to come. The apology is yet to come. People went in with the same amount of energy. He still hasn't apologized. That is because Stephen A. is a narcissist. Stephen A. is one of those dudes who thinks he's better than other black people because he has a certain level of education. Books, stuff, you know. He thinks he's smarter than other people. Then he'll talk that little street jive or whatever, like he really from the streets and all that, but we already know what that is. This dude is a phony. He's a coward. Check out what he said. I mean, this apology came swiftly. Check it out. Let me apologize right now. As I am watching things unfold, let me say that I never intended to offend any community, particularly the Asian community, and especially Shohei Ohtani himself. As an African American, keenly aware of the damage stereotyping has done to many in this country, it should have elevated my sensitivities even more. Based on my words, I failed in that regard, and it's on me, and me alone. Ohtani is one of the brightest stars in all of sports. He is making a difference as it pertains to the inclusiveness and leadership. I should have embraced that in my comments instead. I screwed it up. In this day and age, with all of the violence being perpetrated against the Asian community, my comments, albeit unintentional, were clearly insensitive and regrettable. There's simply no other way to put it. I'm sincerely sorry for any angst I've caused with my comments on First Take this morning. Again, I am sorry, and I'll happily reiterate these words more extensively tomorrow morning as well. I'm sure your ass will, and I'm sure you did. Fucking step and fetch ass. Oh man, Asian communities. Is it that he thinks that the Asian community is more important than the black community? Or is it just that he respects it more than he respects himself? I tend to believe it's the latter. I tend to believe this dude, he is all bravo. It's just all that talking, all that tripping, all that tough talking, all that stuff. It's just an act. He ain't tough. He ain't got no spine. He ain't a solid dude. It's all fake. He one of those dudes who went and got himself an education, and he been around just enough to pick up on the lingo from the streets and talk tough. So he know the lingo, he know a few guys from the streets or whatever, but he ain't that dude. And he ain't never been that dude. He ain't never been no solid dude. You can listen to all of his interviews, everything that he does, especially when it comes to social issues, political issues. The dude is a sucker, a first-class sucker. And he's always been that type of dude, and he's going to always be that kind of guy, no matter how much money he gets, no matter how great and big his platform gets. He's a sucker, a first-class sucker. Where's that apology for Nigeria? All right? Where is it for the Nigerian players? Just like he suckered up when the white girl came out after him for the Ray Rice comments, he did the same thing in this regard. He tucked his tail immediately. Master said, bam, boy, get right. Bam, get right. Okay, Master, what you want me to do? You know how that noise when in cartoons, when they running, that's Stephen A. That's Stephen A. when Master hit that whip like, bam, boy, get on out there and apologize. We don't play these games, man. That Asian community putting too much dollars in our hands, man. You know, get on out there. Yeah, I know the black community probably put more dollars in our hands, but, you know, we don't have to respect them because they don't hold you to any high standards or whatever. And they're only going to talk down for a little bit, and then they're going to go on about their business. So, but these Asians, man, we got to respect them. Now get on out there. And he got on out there like the sucker he is. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?